How's it going, everyone? I'm Joey, your DM, and welcome back to Keep On Rollin', where today we're going to continue on with our recap of the journey of the Pearl Jam Pirates, where today we'll take a look at the Clone Saga. Following their defeat on Rayto, the Pearl Jam Pirates ventured off to the next island, defeated and downtrodden. They arrived on Wolf Rain, where they met one Alfie Howard, a researcher studying the virus that emanated from the Hell Portal on Dodosia that killed the country's plant life. While he had created a framework for the cure, the sample was mishandled before he could finish it, and it was let free, causing a zombie outbreak on the island. The party brought him onto the ship, intent on taking him to Kelmsley and to the Western Sea so that they can mass produce the cure to restore Dodosia's greenery. At this point, they were high priority targets to the world government, so they needed a way to get to the Western Sea without going through World Port. To this end, the Oathbreaker Knight offered them a deal. In order to avoid immediate capture, they would travel to 3 different realms in his service, and when brought back to Rund, they would appear on the Western Sea in front of Silverwing. There, in addition to producing Alfie's cure, they hoped to find a Ceres arts user in the form of Redder Gare, who had the potential to break the Ceres curse keeping Pesto asleep. They accepted his deal and were brought to 3 distinct realms. First, the futuristic world known as Earth, where Kazuki brought back this magical device known as an iPhone, then to a world of fickle, angry gods known as Darien, and then finally to Chend, a dead world that Cassius used as bait to turn into a time loop trying to imprison Darrow. During their time on Darien, they won a prize from the realm's gods, and for that prize they asked for the return of Big Man, the party member who was eaten by the false Hydra, and he fully returned to the crew. All of these realms' major problems were solved by the party, and, as per their agreement, the Oathbreaker brought them back to Silverwing. Searching for Redder Gare, the party found out that he was promoted to head research assistant on Kelmsley, the scientific capital of Rund. But before they could set out to find him, they saw what looked like clones of themselves in the crowd disappear before the Capitol building blew up. The party was quickly identified as the culprits, and at once all 3 of the vice admirals were summoned to the island to take the Pearl Jam pirates into custody. Through a vicious battle, Poker was killed, but so were the vice admirals, although the party was not out of the woodworks yet, as the full admirals appeared and captured the group, bringing them to the high-security prison Lelance. As they awoke in the underwater prison, Darien found himself quickly in deep trouble after killing a fellow inmate, landing him a 10-month stay in solitary confinement over the course of 3 hours due to time dilation inherent to inter-realm travel. The rest of the party staged a breakout and took Darien along with them as they set out for Kelmsley to deliver Alfie's research and find Redder Gare once and for all. As soon as they arrived on Kelmsley, Darien broke off from the group, sneaking into the main lab alone. As he snuck in, Darien met Redder Gare, who he made promise to find the ship and bring Pesto back. Upon entering the main lab, Lemmy Engman, the head researcher of Kelmsley and the creator of the clones, spotted Darien and called the nearby guards to his aid. Darien effortlessly ripped through the guards as Redder Gare brought the rest of the party into the lab. As they approached Darien, they could see his skin was alight with these glowing red dragon scales that retreated as fast as they advanced. Engman called upon the clones that he had created to frame the group on Silverwing for his protection, but they could only do so much, and after their defeat, Darien grabbed him before he could escape. Engman revealed that Darien's wife Katerina, who was on Dodosia when the portal opened 10 years ago, is still alive and is on her home island of Gibraltar. But before Darien could think about the possibility of it, he slaughtered Lemmy Engman. Back on the ship, Redder Gare cured Pesto, only for Savathan to appear and tell Darien that his father succumbed to his injuries and passed away, making Darien Ironborn the new king of Dodosia. In that moment, something within Darien snapped, and he claimed to need the Mantle of Heroes in order to be a good king, that he'd conquer all of Rund to bring Dodosia back from the brink of destruction. Darrow tried his hardest to get through to him, while Kazuki simply understood that it was too late, and the Darien who used to be his friend is all gone. Darien teleported away with Savathan, forever splintering the party. A party member is dead? Darien is evil? How could this have happened? The twist at the end of this arc had been planned all along by me and Matt, who played Darien. He initially wanted to use this character for another campaign we were in, but it ended up being short-lived, so he came to me with the plan he made with that campaign's DM before even our Session 0. From the very beginning, we had been planning for Darien to turn at the last moment, making him the BBEG of the entire campaign and turning the final boss into a PvP match to decide the fate of Ruined. This is actually the only moment of the campaign that we recorded, so we could see our other players' reaction to Darien's turn to evil, and so that'll be uploaded a little bit after this video, so make sure to check it out. Going into the finale, it's not clear who's going to win, so I fully had a good and bad ending planned out, not that you'll get to know who wins for quite a bit. So, here we are. Only one quadrant of the sea remains before the final confrontation. Tune in next time to see the events leading up to the finale of the Pearl Jam Pirates.